What is the invisible? The invisible is something we do not see, or something we are not yet able to perceive. But can we produce a collective definition of the invisible beyond an exotic description that only tries to capture our attention? Discreet, unnoticed, unseen, faint, unnoticeable, hidden, void, empty. Are these synonyms of the invisible related to one another? Or do they point to different ways of disappearing? The invisible may be part of my body. A thought, an organ that awakens when I smell something familiar. The water my body produces when I sweat. It may also be something I cannot reach when I speak to others, an emotion, a limit, a silence, a misunderstanding. The invisible is also technological. It is the hidden structure inside my cell phone, those small elements I do not know, but that allow me to communicate, to write, to send a message, to chat with you. Inside our phones, lithium remains unseen. It travels through circuits, economies, territories, and bodies. I keep telling myself that everything is connected, even when the connection arrives as distance, noise, or a lost signal. These are speculative narratives about what stabilizes the mind and destabilizes the soil. Is it possible to make a cartography of the invisible? Air, for instance, is invisible. We only perceive it when it accelerates, when it moves, when it makes the skin react. The invisible appears through contact, through rhythm, through friction, through what affects the body before becoming language. Is the invisible tiny or gigantic? Should we scale it? Measure it? Sometimes I wonder why I approach my own thinking through a scientific gesture. Is academia an invisible structure that shapes my thoughts? Is culture a kind of roof over my interactions and beliefs? The invisible is also social and political. What is fear made of? We try to protect ourselves, but perhaps protection is also a form of blindness. Every city contains what we notice, but also what we have trained ourselves to ignore. Which is the body of the invisible? Which rhythm composes it? Rhythm is a zone of intersection between the body and the environment. It is not possible to trace a precise frontier because the biological, the social, and the political juxtapose. Everything we imagine is connected to what remains unseen. The textures we miss when we walk too fast, the everyday soundscapes we filter out in order to focus. Everything we imagine is connected to what remains unseen. The textures we miss when we walk too fast, the everyday soundscapes we filter out in order to focus on what seems relevant. To train attention as a practice, listening, slowing down, and noticing what the city asks us to ignore. The silence between one person and another. In the gestures we avoid, fear becomes visible when it organizes distance. The memory of where I come from, carry it in my body as a way to orient myself. Perhaps the invisible is not what disappears, but what continues to shape us before we know how to name it.